What is going on, Roland Empire here, guys, to give you a video. Today's topic I figure we talk about is Marvel's Eternals. Marvel Eternals. What is this? What is going on? You know, Marvel with the MCU, they're at their like 4,000 slate, their 25th movie. Who knows? They're 50 at this point. And Eternals is them trying to branch out now, like how the Guardians were, and you know how much that was a success. Come on, let's be honest. Not a lot of people knew them, okay? You might have known them maybe, but not a lot of people knew them. And it wasn't until the franchise that made it seem, what they are now. And, can Eternals live up to that shot? They brought in people like Chloe Zhao, Chloe Zhao to have Kevin Feige direct, this whole movie. And she's won a couple of awards here and there, so she's established. She could be promising. And from what the trailers gave, the first trailer was sort of a taste of what the movie is. The second trailer gave more of the MCU. So, from a marketing standpoint, I understand that I like how both trailers kind of sold it from two aspects, two perspectives. But now the movie, can it live up? The MCU for a lot of the time has had a good record. Okay, most of their movies are solid enough, but you gotta admit some movies could be better and all that. Come on, let's be fair. But does this one fall in the not so great category, or right in the middle, serviceable, or man, one of the best ones of all time? Eternals for me, it's I I don't think it's the worst movie of all time, but I don't think it's the best one either. I I'm not on the side that this is completely bad. There are other ones in the MCU that I think are more lame for some sort of speak to pick a word, and but this isn't the best version they have. I think other movies still take credit, like Captain America has some solid entries in that franchise, but Eternals does enough to kind of still give you an ambition that's rewarding, refreshing. Mythologies go, you might like this. It's a nice little blend of science fiction and Marvel, so I admire that the filmmaker was still given enough reins to kind of bring in her own kind of unique taste, especially with the way the directing and the cinematography combine and all that. But still, how the performances, how the story kind of blends. Like, you can still see Marvel stuff. Don't think like if you know how a Marvel kind of certain beat goes, like a beat and all that, you're like, okay, this is a Marvel thing. This is a Marvel thing. So it really kind of depends of how much you're invested. If you really just care for a Marvel movie because it's fun, or you're only here for Spider-Man, or if you're really rich into this lore, it's not. It's like what a divisive movie is. I don't think this is as divisive as Love and Hate. I feel like it is a divisive movie for people that didn't care what was going on or admired the what was being presented on the big screen. And for me, a lot of it was rather enjoyable. Like, seriously, like, I enjoyed the film works, that there are certain scenes that just how the characters spend time, but then how the action kind of ramps up. Other characters, other things of the characters, like, I wish, um some things I wish would click better. Click like certain relationships, but other relationships that maybe I don't know how much filmmakers cared. I really enjoyed. So it's like this has a lot like, but then it balances out, so it's a 50-50 kind of thing. And just the third act really does take the Marvel format as it is, but because of how much runtime we have, the runtime, I feel like it's sort of serviceable. Like it all somehow makes sense. As for kind of like the lore, I don't know. Maybe people will have issues that maybe this retcon that, or why retcon this, and Marvel's at that point that they're gonna have to kind of make up a lot now, because they're gonna have to do a lot of prequel stuff for what they've established. And I am on board, but on board of things that maybe are rational. Some people might not find that. I'm a bit that I maybe saw things here and there, but also things here and there I did find fascinating. It really did tackle new elements of Marvel, and as much as still it's a Disney movie, I kind of wish they provoked it more of your thoughts, the thought provoking aspect. But it was still wonderful to see thought provoking in a Marvel movie, and it's not trying to be a discredit to a lot of other Marvel movies. The Marvel movies, the best ones, gave you some good, meat on your bone. But this one was nice to kind of give these thoughts. It kind of almost walks a bit like it tries to be pretentious, but it's not too pretentious. But there's things here and there that I liked, but not really that I hate. Just thought, okay, it was cool. It was cool. It was enjoyable. The Eternal movie, it's just it. Maybe for some people are like, Shang-Chi was dope. Spider-Man is what I want to see. Eternals might be right down the middle, but Eternals also might be that one that some fans that were expecting something different. They're like, yes, this is finally what I've been capable of. And I think fans like if you that saying that if you haven't like the MCU movies after like 20 plus years, that kind of like line, 20 plus films. This might be for you. This could be for you because there could be that film enthusiast that just likes what was presented. So this movie can have many things to offer for kind of different spectrums of fans. I myself wanted to know more of these characters in a way also that was linear. Editing I think could have been better polished. But when we had time with certain characters, some that were smaller, I did wish there were more, but I know they're setting up. But it was still fascinating to kind of get enough. And no more with the bigger characters, they felt realistic. I like that for them being the kind of powerful beings they are, they still give them human-like, especially from Planet Earth human, clearly. Planet Earth human, realistic, ground-to-earth things to kind of relate to. That, was good on their part. Like, it's not 100% to it. Like, it's not fully like, yeah, I cared throughout the way. No, there's still some things here and there and all that. But to kind of show as much humanity, like the humanity they had, fair enough for that. Because if we're going to have some kind of thing that has to have us relate to these, having relate to the characters, that is a nice way to approach it. That's a way that, is learned and all that. And just overall, the movie is so pleasurable. It's not badly made. Maybe it's not as funly and as I don't know. It's it could be a bit boredom, but also it is juicy. It is juicy. It is a fascinating story that if you could have a series or something, it's nice to explore. Like, give it a shot. Like, I think you should give it a shot if you're making your bed to kind of check these Eternals out. Like give us more. Then give us more at this point if you kind of gone this far. But what we got was a nice way, kind of like a pilot. It was like a sort of like a pilot, and it was fascinating to know these characters, and I really wanted to know more. But let me know, guys, if you didn't like this. Rank it in the list that you guys think of the MCU, and if you did, where does it fall in your top 5, top 10? I had a good time with the movie. I think things could have been better polished, but the characters were fun, they were enjoyable, and I thought they were as relatable as they can be. So let me know all this in the comments below, guys. And as always, roll an empire, laugh, smile, repeat.